She exudes charisma, compassion, a sense of genuineness, and a contagious positive energy that conveys instant trust no matter where she is. Her passion for makeup artistry is only surpassed by her passion for life and her selfless desire to care and to do what's right all the time. She believes a God-given talent, unless utilized for the benefit of humanity, is worthless. She is viewed as an icon in her own right and at the top of the American beauty industry. She is the pride of Nigeria. In her determination to make the world flawless one face at a time, she is taking her success into new international markets. Kurera Musa, the CEO of Kurera Cosmetics, is a US-based international renowned makeup entrepreneur and celebrity makeup artist. Her story is typical of the saying, from grass to grace. Growing up as a Fulani girl, education wasn't the norm for her. Join me in welcoming Kurera Musa as she tells her story from being an orphaned Ruga girl to a top entrepreneur, humanitarian, and recently an author. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I just mentioned you recently turned an author, so I'm going to start from there. The Audacity of an African Girl.
Yes.
Tell us all about that.
Well, The Audacity of an African Girl is a book to inspire anyone who dare to dream, and especially young girls. Growing up in Ruga, if I had not dreamt to want to be better than my surrounding, I wouldn't be here today. So it is a book for anyone that have been told you can't be, and you dare the people and pick a passion and go after it with all you got and work hard to make it even with the obstacles, but still keep pushing. It is your book, because you find something that will move you to achieve greatness.
Okay, you often describe yourself as the typical Fulani Ruga girl. And you've always, talked about how important education has helped you become who you are.
Yes.
So how important is education for the average African child, Nigerian girl?
Well, start with me. If I had not gone to school, for example, in the book, I have 3 friends. There's one of my friend who is also from Ruga, who we started school together, but she decided, to step aside and stop going to school and continue selling Furada. She's not where I am today, because we're still really good friends, but she is in 2 different worlds. Education opens the doors for you. Education is important. I say education is power, because it can put you wherever you can not even imagine to be. So I will urge every girl, wherever she is, do whatever you can to get educated. It is important to achieve education.
Okay, speaking about education, they go hand in hand with being financially independent as a woman.
Yes.
Can you speak to why it's important for every woman to be financially independent?
It is important to be financially independent, especially for young girls. A lot of the things that is happening in our society today, whether if it is a young girl or a widow, a divorcee, is that you do things you would never dream to do with your body because you're not financially independent. But when you're financially independent, no one can dictate how you live your life.
Yeah. So
that alone is giving you some peace and also keeping your body sane, So it's really, really important that you, whether you are doing what kind of education, try to do something that you can sustain yourself through it. So it is important to learn a trade, for example. For me, for example, while I was in college, I was learning cosmetics, and I didn't know that I was going to be beyond selling at the counter to even creating my own brand. So having a skill and that will fetch you some money that you can sustain yourself and a family is very crucial.
Okay. Charity is something you hold very dear to your heart.
Yeah.
You are the founder of ADSI. Why do you think charity has a role to play in society, and why should everyone in society, strive to be charitable?
Well, I would say, I'm put here for a reason. God did not, give me the opportunities to be who I am just to keep it for myself. I was taught that from a young girl. My aunt Zainab always tells me, Hurera, what you have that you spend is not yours, is what you give back. Everybody that is blessed should always think of giving back, because you're blessed for a reason. You're not blessed just for your own, yourself and your family, but also to uplift those that are less privileged in the society. So it's important to give back.
Okay, you're a major player in the cosmetic industry in the world, not just Nigeria. You're based in America and all that. How easy was it for you as a Fulani Nigerian lady to overcome some of these obstacles?
It wasn't easy. It was, first of all, when I started in the U.S., it's a language barrier too. Even though America, you speak English, they speak English. I'm British colonized, and then I'm going to America, so some of the words are not even the same. So it was tough at first, but I was determined to succeed. I worked hard. I had a vision. I failed, and I got up and learned from that failure and continued pushing until I got to where I am today. And I'm still dreaming, and I'm still working hard. I just feel I haven't even started yet.
Okay.
So the most important thing in life is to have a passion, and then have a focus and work hard, and the rest is history.
Your culture played a huge role. Reading about some of your achievements and all that, your culture played a huge role in your business.
Yes.
Can you speak more on that? How did culture play a big role for you?
Well, I would say in the book you read that I was struggling even to where I need to work, because growing up I was told that mingling with men is not something that is allowed. So my whole dream was to be a midwife, a teacher, or a housewife when I was a little girl. So when I went to America, I wanted a job that has to do with women, and really that's how I fumbled upon cosmetics. And because I felt that working in cosmetics, I would be dealing with women, it wouldn't be something that will be shun from my culture, of my religious belief. And that's how really it shaped of me becoming a makeup artist.
Okay, I'll be taking you back a bit.
Yeah.
People will be interested to know why you're being referred to the orphaned Fulani Ruga girl, who has grown from grass to grace. Can you take us a bit, just?
Okay. Well, I'm orphaned because I lost my mom during childbirth. My mom died the day she had me, and I was taken to a missionary hospital, which after being there for a few weeks, I was transported to an orphanage. And before my dad came to take me home, I was there for almost a year, and later was adopted by my aunt. And both my father and my aunt are typical Ruga Fulani people, not Ruga like in the city, like really remote hamlets of a settlement. So that's how I grew up. And in the being an orphan is because I lost my mom at childbirth.
Okay.
And growing up in Ruga is any kind of Ruga lifestyle anyone can imagine. That's how I grew up.
So can you take up how that Ruga girl got a chance to be educated?
Well, it really by, I would say, accident, or early morning, my chores were to wash dishes. So there's, and it's always like close to a pathway where people passes to go to town, and there's this young girl that passes through there every morning, and she did it a few times. I saw her, and I got the gut to ask her where is she going to every day. She goes and come back the same way. She says she goes to school, and we struck a friendship, and then she started showing me her book colors and what she's doing, and I admired her because she's constantly clean, and I'm like always nasty, dirty clothes and what have you. And I wanted to be like her, and that's still my really good friend Nafisa. And Nafisa got me interested to start to want to go to school, and I asked my aunt that I wanted to go to the same school Nafisa goes to, and I was so lucky that she and her husband allowed me to go.
Good, that's great. Okay, going back to education.
Yeah.
From your experience, and I know you have a passion to make sure children, especially the girl child, is educated.
Yeah.
So what are you putting in place to ensure that the girl child is being educated? You may not be able to do much at the same time, but what is it that you've put in place to make sure at least the average, girl child gets the slightest opportunity you had to go to school?
First of all, I established Zainab Memorial School in my village, which 80% of the pupils there are girls and 20% are boys. I feel that no matter where, a girl should have at least a primary school education, coming from where I come from, in a typical regular settlement. And then maybe later on, she can get a chance to go to high school and what have you. We also founded at Sea, which is about skills, and this also geared to youth and who are majority are women. It's to give them an opportunity to learn a trade so they can fend for themselves. And having also surrounded myself with a lot of like-minded individuals that are also about humanity, we brainstormed together to see how we could really uplift the lives of young girls.
Okay. Speaking about your friends who you got the inspiration to go to school, who we understand is Nafisa.
Yeah.
Women supporting women right from that age.
Yeah.
So tell us about Nafisa. Where is Nafisa? Are you guys still, climbing up the ladder together?
Nafisa she's a university graduate. She did nomadic education. She was a teacher, but after she got married, she decided to stay home. She has her own business. She does a few little business here and there. And it's a widow, but we've been friends. We never lost touch. We have been friends since we were little, and we still do. I think probably I talk to Nafisa almost a week, almost weekly. We do talk since we've been together. She's trying, under the circumstances, being a widow in Nigeria. She is doing pretty okay.
Okay, yeah. Your book will be launched very soon, in a matter of days, and all that. Will Nafisa be there to also tell her story?
Of course. Nafisa, actually, there are my three good friends in the book. There is Nafisa, who was the inspiration for me to get educated, and there's Rabi, who used to be my friend, who is my friend that we used to sell Nono together, and there is Selena, who is the daughter of our chief, growing up in the village where I grew up. She is also one of those people. Actually, Selena is the person that actually introduced me to what it feels to live in a luxury. They had like this beautiful house, and I'm living in Ruga, and I saw when she invited me to come to their home, I saw that. I'm like, this is where I need to be living.
All right. We'll be taking a break now. I will join you soon. Welcome back. It's good to know you're still in touch with your friends who inspired and kept you, encouraged to get educated. So now let's go back to you. What has made Kurera Musa stronger? What challenges?
The challenges
have made you
started
stronger?
from my childhood. You know, growing in a home where I was adopted and being told that I didn't belong. It was a pain that even no matter how successful I am, still is in me. So that always pushes me to say I have to have my own. So when no one ever tells me that it's not mine or I don't belong there, I think that is the fire that keeps me going. I really don't want to ever.
It's okay to let it out. You should. I'm sorry we have to talk about this, but it's an inspiration. You should be happy. You should be glad that you're also being an inspiration to younger generations. And we're happy. You're an icon in this industry. And encouraging other women to also, you're a role model. I lack the correct words to tell you now, but I understand what you feel.
People have no clue what it feels to get a vulnerable person and tell them that they are nobody. People don't understand that. They don't understand what they do to people. And if this book, just this, can make people not to do that, I will feel like I have accomplished something.
Yes, you have. You have a lot of ladies, lots of young girls looking up to you. You have. Everybody's looking forward to reading this book. Okay, I'm going to give you some time. Are you okay?
Yeah,
You're fine?
I just need.
Okay, fine. So let's go back to the happy moments. How does it feel to be a Fulani woman, you know, at the top of her career and the makeup industry and attending to high-end clients in the US?
Yeah, I laugh because sometimes my daughter tells me, like, Mom, you don't even know who you are. Why do you always are like so? Honestly, I mean, I don't see myself to be in anything special. I really don't. I'm grateful for the blessings, for the opportunity, for the talent that God had given me. That's all I see. I don't see me as anything special. And my clients, some of my clients have been with me for 18 years. They are basically family, you know, where I'm doing makeup on them, we're talking about other things before like 45 minutes is done. We have we haven't even discussed the makeup, even though I'm doing the application. So it's really, I would say my success story has to do with my humility, that I don't even think of it to be something else, something special. And I'm grateful that I have that, because a lot of the times people, when they reach a certain status in society, being a makeup artist or even for what you do, they start thinking that they're bigger than life and they look down on other people and they disrespect other people. My aunt Zainab had taught me something. She said, Rera, no matter how successful you are, you should never disrespect people, because you will never know when you will need anyone, and you will never know when you will be tomorrow. So I have that in me, like closest to my heart. Whenever I feel like that is gonna get into my head, I step back and say, let me just be normal and just be thankful that God had given me a way to sustain myself and my family.
Okay, speaking about that, what message do you have for those who look up to you and in the Nigerian context, where you say you want to be a makeup artist, most people look at it and say, okay, you don't have a serious job.
Yeah.
Makeup artistry for many is just a side hustle.
Yeah.
What message do you have to young girls who may want to toe your kind of line?
Oh no, don't even listen to those people, because I started as a, like I said, doing it as a part-time job when I was working in going to school, but I didn't even know that I was going to be a national and international makeup artist and help in product development for a brand like Laura Mercier. But then later on, having the experience to now create my brand. If you are not doing it as part of your passion, you're going to give up. But if you're doing it because you love it, you will find a way to be the best you can be and stay there. So it's very important, have passion, work hard, stay focused, and be humble.
Okay. You've never failed to connect with home.
Yeah.
You've never failed to connect to being Nigerian. Yeah. You have a passion, a burning passion about where you're coming from. Yeah. Where do you hope to see Nigeria be in the next 5 years? In terms of women empowerment, in terms of girl-child education, in terms of female representation in governance and all this. What's your take on this?
I had always, to go back to saying, I feel like I've never left home, because all my friends are up here. I still talk to them all the time. And I have seen some kind of movement giving women an opportunity and young girls to be, but we're not doing enough. I hope that in 5 years, women should be given the opportunity to do that, because look at me here. I had the opportunity to have something for myself. I have a school that I am supporting 172 kids currently going to school tuition free. And women, we are just natural nurturers. So when we're given an opportunity to build ourselves, we build the community, we build the country, and we build the world.
Yes. Do you ever find time to relax, step back, distress, relax? Because you seem to be busy, busy, busy.
I think if I relax, I will go crazy. That's just me. My brain is constantly working. Even if I'm sleeping, it's working. And I'm not tired. I honestly love what I do, be it charity, be it my work as a makeup artist, as a brand owner, as a mother, as a friend, as anything you can think of. Whatever I put myself to doing, I give it 100%. And I love it.
Okay. I want to ask a final question. Sure. Your book, Something Spurred You. I'm not talking about the purpose. You've spoken about that. Yeah. When did it hit you that you needed to get this book done?
It hit me when I was in a hospital bed in in a hospital bed suffering from COVID. I was fighting for my life. The temperature was shooting up and down, and I could see the fear on in the doctor's face and the nurses, and I'm like, there's a saying that you've seen death. I honestly felt like I'm going to die. I really felt that, and I had lost my husband not even a year prior to that, from just suddenly passing away from brain aneurysm. And I was thinking that, okay, maybe I'm going, how like some couple, one die and then the other one goes. And I'm like, if I die today, my younger children, Jamil, Camille, and Hanif, who are American, they don't know anything about me in Nigeria growing up. They only know their mommy now, what the blogs talks about or what they read about me for my current achievement, but they didn't know my struggle. They didn't know how I grew up, what I will have to go through to become this mother they are so proud of. And I felt that I needed to share it. My older two, Hadija and Salim are fortunate enough to know everything about me, you know what I mean? But the other three didn't, and I wanted to give them that gift. And I also felt that I knew one day, no matter what, I'm going to write a book anyway about my life, but I didn't know it was going to happen. But that was what pushed me to write the book.
Okay. So what's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal.
Do you still take fura di nono?
You know, even growing up, I wasn't that much of a fura di nono person.
Wow.
No, seriously. I ate mostly, I like rice. I like gari, but yams. Yams are my favorite. And then if I'm here, roasted corn. Oh my God. I can stop on the road, right by the roadside and just buy corn. I love eating roasted corn and boiled granules. Those are really, if I'm here, I must have that. And I love spinach sauce. So I can eat spinach sauce with rice, or I'm not big with swallow. So yeah.
All right.
But no, Frada, no, I'll do once in a while I do it, but not that much.
Dreaming big and never giving up with a bit of audacity, perseverance, hard work, and determination was all she needed to change her story from grass to grace. Thank you, Kurera Musa, for being part of our show today and for being an inspiration to those who dare to dream and dream big.
Thank you so
Until next week, when we bring you another interesting guest, I remain your host, Aminat Hassan. Stay safe and remain blessed.